last year, obviously, you look at I know it's a different team, didn't start very well.
Mm-hmm.
Does that inform your camp this year in terms of
No,
how
not
we
really.
approach?
We're just so different, and we're playing differently. So, not really, to be honest, except for just the execution part of it. I thought in those first 10 games we lost a lot of close games. So we really are working on execution. That's tough without Giannis because that's the guy you want to do a lot of it with.
You mentioned kind of trying to get offenses on their heels a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Does that include picking up guys earlier?
Oh yeah. As much pressure as you can put. We started doing it towards the end of the year more, but we had the right personnel. Obviously, Scoot can do it. Ryan does it naturally. I mean, Ryan is picking up on makes and misses, which is it's hard to pick up on misses, and he's doing it without getting beat. That's been great to see. Cole is doing it with his energy, so they are naturally starting to do it, and that's what we want to get to.
I'm curious with Ryan. He had such a strong kind of end of the season, and then I don't know if you guys were expecting to be able to get Cole in the buyout market. How does that kind of work with three guys that I think have taken steps?
Well, I think they're all like I don't look at them as point guards. I think they all can play all the positions. So, I mean, we played Ryan and Cole together today. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. They're guards. Our offense is pretty open to. It's not a point guard oriented offense. That's all y'all.
I was gonna say at the start of the year last year, you guys tried to start Gary, and he started in a really cold shooting slump. Is the bench role coming off the bench something that just fits him?
No, because you remember last year in the second half of the year when he started, he had huge games, including the last game of the year. So he proved he could start as well. I just think it wouldn't matter where we put him at the beginning of the year. He's trying to figure out where to get shots, contract on his head, everything. And I think that probably played a role in it.
From the years you coached against Miles, just what was the thing you respected the most about his game, just from that perspective?
Well, his ability to shoot the ball, obviously. What you forget is how quickly he shoots the ball. And I think Miles set more flare picks than our entire team did. I've never been a big flare guy unless you have the right guy. He could be that guy. And we set a couple of flares today that he ended up with the three. So there's just things you can do with him that you couldn't do before.
You were asked about and John were asked about like the end of the end of the 15.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, jobs are open. You said yesterday, jobs are open. What does that look like for you when you've got, I mean, there are some guaranteed deals, but you've got like a young guy like Andre a couple years in that Amir's a vet who there's some other, like how do you work that? Because I know you like to say the guys will show it, but coaches also have to create the ability to show it in a way in terms of.
Well, in practice you see it.
Okay.
They practice the whole practice, everyone. So we'll have a great idea. By the time it's time to make changes, we'll know.
Right. Do you have I want to say a preference, but like what do you want to see at the back end of a rotation? Because typically it's basketball. It's like 9 or 10
guys
guys
that know how to play.
Okay.
That doesn't mean that they're great at it yet, but you believe they have good feel, that they have a future. And it may not just be this year. You look at both guys. There may be a guy that they're even, but this guy is younger, and you feel like he's going to keep getting better. So there's a lot of that.
I have just a league question for you, just as far as the Achilles that we saw in the playoffs. It's a game. We know that. Do you have any theories or anything
No,
as far as
I just think it happened. Maybe he don't wear number 0. I don't know. But listen, if you look at the graph over the years, I think last year was 9 of them, 7 or 8. Year before it was 2. Year before it was 0-0. Then there was a 4. Then So last year Achilles was the injury. Hopefully, it's not something that continues. Then there is something. Football. There's already been a bunch this year in football. So that gives us all concern. Are we doing something, training wrong? Are the shoes made different? Let's go back to Chuck Taylor's. We never got injured.
But I think obviously the Halliburton.
That threw you off. I'm sorry.
Players playing through a calf strain and such. Like after we saw kind of what happened.
Yeah, but they've done it throughout their career.
Yeah.
Players have had. Jamal Crawford had a calf strain every year, almost at the exact same time. So I started looking at his social calendar. After a while, I was like, wait a minute. But he would always come back and play well. So guys have had calf injuries throughout their career, same, but then we look at Durant, we look at Embiid, and so everybody's trying to figure it out. No one's figured it out, I can guarantee you that.
We've talked a lot about pace. Miles is someone like who will run the floor, not necessarily the guy that brings it up. Can a guy like that still help like install things and like kind of lead the guys down the path to finding more pace?
Well, he played with Indiana last year.
I do,
so
but
clearly
he doesn't have the ball in his hands.
Yeah, we don't want him to have the ball in his hands. But what he does when he has the ball in his hands, he gets to the next action really quick. Probably the best on our team so far.
This period you talked about, obviously working on things with Giannis not on the court. You guys are going to put more creation, just maybe.
We have to. We have to be more organized for sure.
Yeah.
We have to create more ways of getting into the paint as a group through our offense. With Giannis on the floor and definitely with him off the floor.
We have a question with that. It's just like, I guess, how to lighten while putting more on him. How do you sort of still worry about maybe not overburden if he's going to be doing more on the floor, right? Sort of handling more ball.
Oh, you mean Giannis?
Yeah, Giannis.
Yeah, I don't know if we're lightning or heavy. You know what I mean? Like he had the ball a lot before, so it wasn't that different. I actually thought he took less hits bring the ball up than he did catching it in other areas. So that's something, but we will definitely keep an eye on it because we need him. We need him for the year, and we need him in the playoffs.
Going back to execution, since you've been here, you had, for late game, you had Chris Middleton and Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
And I know Giannis wants to take shots. Is that part of learning execution, or do you have an idea of like, well, Kevin has had those opportunities, or Gary and AJ had opportunities late in playoffs? How do you view sort of,
well,
I don't want to say last shot.
I look at our late game execution has to be to get the best shot. It can't be about hero ball, it's got to be making the right plays. We can do that, but we have to be very disciplined in doing it.